All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Facebook world, Art of Business peeps, Phorest peeps. Patrick, say hi.
Hey folks, how you doing?
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Happy to have a special guest, Patrick, otherwise AKA Patty,
Yeah.
from Phorest Salon Software. You'll hear by
Hi.
his accent that
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious he's from Ohio.
Yeah.
So, Patrick, I think it's in the afternoon there, 3 o'clock in Dublin right now, you said?
3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock in Dublin. Yeah. I'm the ultimate stereotype. I'm an Irish guy called Paddy. That's pretty much me. And I've got freckles.
You might as well have a Guinness in your hand right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've only got water, but that'll do.
Oh, it's disappointing. Nevertheless, really excited, everyone. Today, what we're going to do is Phorest is announcing something special they're launching, which is their e-commerce platform. But before we get into that, I just wanted to repeat something I've said in the past, which is we at Art of Business really appreciate our relationship with you guys. And one of the things I think that connects us is we have a mantra at Art of Business. Patty, you probably never heard it. Is our goal is to get our customers into the Beauty Hall of Fame, which is a mythical place, whatever that means to them. And you guys say it differently, but I know you're passionate about helping independent salons and hairdressers succeed. So
we call ourselves the champion of the independent salon. That's kind of that's the phrase that we have, and we've always worded that our mission is to get salon clients back in more often, spending more. That was always our goal, is to help grow business. That's it. That's what we do.
I love it. So as a result of that, we've created a partnership with Phorest because we believe in the same things, and we know that we both are mutually focused on helping customers and helping salons. So it's been a great partnership, and this is one additional arrow in the quiver for you guys. And before we get into the e-commerce solution that you have, I just wanted to make a point, because we also have an e-commerce solution, which is called My Salon to Me. I think you heard of it. And so, if someone's listening to this thinking, well, why the hell is Art of Business promoting the Phorest thing, and how does that work, inside, in tandem with My Salon to Me? I just wanted to throw out that for me, it's an all of the above solution. All I really want for every salon is to help them reach their customers and sell retail products. And any way we can keep the channel integrity and keep those sales away from the likes of Amazon, I think it's a victory. So whether it's through Phorest's platform for ours, I also think that yours, for salons that want to do it themselves, yours is probably a better solution. And ours is limited to products we sell. So God forbid, would someone ever want to retail a product that Art of Business doesn't carry? Our solution doesn't work for them. So Phorest would be a better option from that regard. So you want to get into it?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'll share my screen. I've got a couple of slides, and we can walk through it, and then maybe we can have a chat and a discussion then. If you have any questions as well, let's keep this informal and interactive. Just to phrase as well, I can't actually see any Facebook comments and stuff that are coming in. So if you've got questions, you fire them at me if you can see them.
Okay. I've never been good at multitasking the comments and being on Zoom at the same time. I'll try to see if I can do it this way around. But
I think there might be people answering questions as they go anyway. So we should.
I'll see what I can do. One thing I would also point out before we get into it, because there's a lot of people on here that might not have Phorest or that will listen to this, is Phorest is an amazing technology. There's some really cool stuff that you guys have, this being an additional one. I just think, this would be one more reason that you might want to really check out Phorest. So this isn't for just people that have Phorest now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like Phorest, we've been running for over 15 years. We're in the States, we're in Ireland, the UK, Germany, Finland, Austria, Switzerland, we're in Australia as well. We're kind of a global company. More than 7,000 independent salons use our software every day. We're a big platform. We've been doing this for a while, and we've built most of our product has always been built around the fact that we want you to own your own brand and have your own marketing tools, and not need to kind of rely too much on marketplaces and things like that. That we've always believed you should be able to market your own salon your own way, and e-commerce is a new string to that bow, as you said, and it's something that's been kind of around for a while. We wanted to tackle, and then when you see crises like the lockdown happening now, it really kind of triggered that this is the time to really go after e-commerce. We know there's going to be a new world, so let's try to use what we do and what salons are really good at to try and help them to grow their business that way and get them into the Hall of Fame. So that's kind of our mission, right?
All right, cool.
So I'll walk through our concept on a salon e-commerce, right? So what we see is today there are lots of e-commerce solutions out there. There's multiple off-the-shelf things. There's your Shopify's, WooCommerce, Wix, all of these guys. But what we want to do is we don't want to follow that. We want to be able to do something different. Like I know for you guys in Art of Business, a lot of what you're doing differently is you're helping with the shipping and that kind of stuff as well. Like you always have to have something that's unique to what you're trying to offer. And so for us, we don't want to create the same store as everybody else has, because we believe that we need to use what salons have that others don't. And that's really the relationship with
the client data,
exactly.
right? And
it's the client data, what you know about the client and everything to do with the client, because really this has been done before. But what we want to do is create an e-commerce site that actually drives traffic to it, that gets your clients to that store, because it's no use having a store that's on your website that nobody's looking at. Okay, so that's our goal, is to create the traffic. And we've kind of a couple of unique ways to do that. So I'll walk through what that is. But really everything that we do is based around this single relationship. So the relationship between a salon and a client, and that can be the salon generally or stylists within the salon. But there is a unique and special relationship in this environment that we want to leverage, and that cuts out the Amazons of the world and really focuses on this personal relationship. And so for us, what that means is, normally how e-commerce is done is a client wants to come to the salon website, maybe buys a product, browses around, picks what she wants, but you kind of have to hope that she comes to your website properly, right? And we saw this about 10 years ago when we first launched online bookings. So online bookings at the time, it did okay when we first launched it, but where it really changed was when we went from the salon outwards to clients. And we used multiple approaches and channels and every tool at our disposal to get the links to online booking at the time in front of clients. And what we're doing today is exactly the same thing, but in e-commerce, right? So
you're basically pushing it versus waiting for them to come to you. You're pushing it out to them, which I love.
Exactly. And that's really, if you take nothing else away from today, that's the concept you want to take away. This is about going out to your clients, not waiting for them to come to you. Okay.
And I think, and we talked about this obviously before our today, and that's what I really liked about it. It initiates purchases and creates demand versus waiting for them to come to your store.
Exactly. And like the way that we do that, we've got multiple channels to do this. So Phorest has an inbuilt email marketing tool, SMS marketing tool. We've got branded apps. Each salon gets their own branded app that the clients can download. So all of these channels we have, but we also have the absolute gold. Other industries would kill to have the amount of information that we have about clients. We know their entire purchasing history. We know the services they like. We know the staff they like. We know the products they bought before in salon. We know everything about them, and we don't utilize it enough. So basically our approach is that we will allow the salon to do, bespoke targeting through Phorest to reach a 10 times bigger audience than what you would get from waiting for them to come to you, right? So what we want to do is to target people. We know who the perfect clients are to buy a product, because in most cases they've probably bought it from you before. You've probably recommended a product in the salon and you know the product that they like. Maybe it's just time that they did a replenishment or something like that, you know. But it's got to be, the key to all of this has got to be get that link, get that e-commerce store in front of your clients, the right clients at the right time. We've got all the tools at our disposal to do that. Okay, and so let me show you a real quick glimpse at what this is.
Yeah, let's see. It sounds great. Let's see how you do it.
Exactly.
Show us how it really works.
So the core part here is that, and this is something to remember, is that for every client with the e-commerce store, we actually create a unique personal store for every client. So when you send out a campaign from Phorest, we actually create a unique link just for that client. And when she opens it up, it's based on her history. She's got quick rebuy options at the top. She's got the products that are available to you, and it's personalized for that client. And we can do that because we have all of the data. We know what they bought before, and we render it. All you do is click a button and they get this, okay? And so let me show you what that looks like in terms of like using software, because this all sounds like lots of complicated targeting, but it's actually really not that hard to do. So there's two key ways of promoting a store that we see. And the first one is individual products. So you might want to promote an individual product to people. We have very easy to use filters. You can see this, a client has purchased a product. You can pick the product, say Skin Complete, click the link, and you're done. That's it. You've now targeted every client who's ever bought that product before with a unique link for that client to buy the
So
product.
this is basically, this is to cultivate any reorders. And before they go and look on Amazon, you can just target repeat purchasers.
Exactly. And we've had salons tell us some amazing ways of approaching this. So for example, you can target people who bought a product before. You can target people who maybe have bought product A and you really think that they could do with an add-on conditioner, for example. You can target people who bought one product with another product. And you can target them with a specific message saying, hey, we see you bought this before and we know that these go really well together. Maybe you might be interested in that.
And Patty, these come out as emails or text messages? What you're talking about?
You can choose, and we actually have a really unique way that's been quite successful. We have this thing called fallback. So what happens is you create an email and you email out to your client base. And what we'll do is for anyone you don't have email addresses for, we'll text them a link to that email automatically so that you get the full client base. Often we're great at collecting phone numbers. Sometimes we're not that great at collecting email. Right. So the idea is you can target them across email, SMS, and anything you want. We target the right people with the right message. So this is kind of the first approach. So this allows you to pick an individual product and sell it. You can also do this based on service history. So if you know someone who's had a color 4 months ago and they got an appointment canceled, you can actually send them some like home care kits or some root touch-ups and things like that. If there's things that you have that you know would be good for people who've had a certain type of service or they've had an Olaplex treatment and you want to sell them that at home, based on anything that they have done in your salon, we can choose them as an audience very easily like this. Just client has purchased product, bang, done. That's it. You're finished. Once you click insert, we've created all of the links that you need into our emails and it goes out.
Where it says client has purchased, there's a drop down. You can switch that to a particular service, like anyone that's gotten a highlight, for example. Yep. And you can target a specific product, a specific treatment to anyone that's gotten a highlight. It pushes out I mean, I could see you just hiring a person just to imagine this could be a salesperson that does nothing more than figures out ways to push out notifications to clients. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. We actually have, in Phorest, we have a concept called the Grow Team. So we've actually got a team whose job it is to help you come up with these ideas. And everyone in Phorest gets their own business advisor who can help you do this. You don't even need to hire somebody. We create templates. We load them into the system for you. We give you the ideas. We do updates every month. And there's someone on the end of the phone if you need help too. You know, cool. So we know there's more than just having the tool. You need everything around the tool. Okay. So this is just the first thing. This is just how you promote a product. And then once a client gets that, they land on the product page itself. All right. So this is, I once said that if we solved e-commerce, it would be like catching lightning in a bottle. So my team have made this a running joke and they put this into every screen. So for a client, if you get a text saying, you should buy this product. When you click it, you landed right on this page that allows you to really easily buy the product. Okay, so that's the first step. But the second step is the personalized store. So in this case, if you just want to create an online store link and send that to everybody, we will generate individual links for every single client and they will all get their own personalized named store for them. So Teresa here has opened up the store. She's got her products that she normally buys all bubbled to the top, able to replenish really easily, and also able to see the top selling products as well and see the full store.
So that recommended for Teresa is basically her own purchase history?
Yes. In this case it is, but there's more on that later.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, we've built what we target as a kind of a replenishment play here, because what we want to do is we know the best people to buy the products from you are the ones who've already bought them in the salon. You know what I mean? We know that's where you're going to get your initial traction on the store. Okay. So this is the store, and what happens once you create this link, they click through and they get their own personal store and clients start to purchase. Okay. And basically what happens then is in Phorest, all of the orders stream through here, and you can manage the orders here yourself. In some cases, the emails are being forwarded to distributors like yourself to kind of manage fulfillment in some cases, or the salon might do it themselves in the salon. So the idea is through this central screen in the Phorest system, you get a view of all the orders that are coming in and for how much and all this kind of stuff. And a point to make here as well is that when you're actually setting all of this up and setting up your e-commerce store, everything is done through Phorest. So we already have all of your product information. We're bringing in images and titles and stuff like that. All of your inventory is kept up to date with Phorest as well. So if you've got somebody buying online and somebody buying in the salon when we reopen, all of the inventory is kept up to date by Phorest automatically. You don't need to do any of that managed. It's all done using your existing salon setup. There's no additional work. Yeah, So that's kind of key. You know, we know we don't want to make this a whole lot of work. So use the products you have there, and we'll automatically update things like financial reporting. All of that stuff just works with the product.
Cool.
So let me click through. So basically, once you want to ship, then you can really easily, you see here, there's 2 orders that are pending shipping. Once you ship it, you can send an update and the client gets their order, and then boom, you're done. So what we've created here is an end-to-end e-commerce store that uses our entire marketing suite across email, SMS, really specific targeting. Like, this is built for salons. We know the audiences to target, and we let you do that based on your own client base and your own data. And then to really easily be able to manage the actual purchases as they come in, look after the financial reporting, the inventory management, everything is just handled for you. So it's set up, get the message out there, get the purchases coming in, and make sure everything works with your salon as it is today.
All right, great.
So that's the first run through. Everything that I've shown you there, we've fully developed, and we're going to be rolling it out towards the end of this month. And for any existing Phorest clients, your grow representative, the business advisor I mentioned, they're all going to reach out to you with an email, and you'll get that over the next week or two. And we've also set up an email here for artofbusiness@phorest.com. For anyone who isn't a Phorest client and is interested in discussing this, we have some offers and deals we're going to do, especially for Art of Business clients as well. So the details of that, you just send an email through, and we'll get you set up with a demo and a walkthrough of what this all is in detail, and answer any questions you have to.
All right, Patty, I was able to pull up the live, and so I see some questions, and I have one of my own. But before, one question is, does Phorest, does your software generate shipping labels?
So actually, we did have a shipping label generator before from sending out mailers, and we actually disabled it in the product, but we're going to be adding back. Do that right now, but we expect it to work later on, probably maybe the end of summer, something like that.
Okay, and then a question for me is if you have Phorest, does this cost more money to add on? What is there an extra? So this is like an added cost, I assume.
So basically, what you've seen there today, so that's the new e-commerce platform, and that's what we're considering to be the core e-commerce in Phorest. So that's charged at payment rates, like processing rates on the product, right? So in terms of packages and stuff like that in Phorest, it's from our middle package and above will all have this. So the majority of people in Phorest on packages in Phorest will have access to this, but the lowest, cheapest
level, right,
won't have it. Okay, and so that's basically what we're launching this month, and that's how you're going to get access to it. Most people, the majority of Phorest clients, will have access to it. If you don't, you can speak to Grow Advisor, and we can get that set up as well. Okay. And so as well, just before we move off it, and we can answer a couple more questions and jump into it, but there's a few other things as well that I wanted to walk through around where this goes next. Okay, so everything that I've shown you is what we've already built and what we're rolling out at the end of this month. So it's all live. But we want to talk about what we're really excited about is where it's going to go next this summer. So I'll answer one more questions, and then I'll walk through what that's going to be.
Well, another question, I think I can answer this, is does any packing material get included with this? And I'm going to guess the answer is no, but I mean, that's really when I look at this, and when a salon's looking, so for me, if I'm a salon, or I'll just say it bluntly, you have to be in the e-commerce game moving forward. There's no option not to, in my opinion. So, right now, the Phorest option, which I really am excited to see what you're showing, does require potentially you fulfilling the shipments. So that would be something you have to evaluate. Of course, what we do, we'll do that for the client. We don't have quite the opportunities though right now, because we don't have access to the data that you have for your customers. So you have a couple wrinkles. Maybe there's a strategy which we could help fulfill for customers, for salons that are using Phorest, and that's something that we'll have to explore. Maybe there's a way to sort of interface those, but that'll be a work in progress, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of said that at the outset. I know you guys handle the shipping and fulfillment, which is obviously a big sticky part. But Phorest and the Art of Business are in a partnership. We want to work together. So I see no reason why we can't figure out those wrinkles in some way or form throughout the summer.
Yep. Okay, go ahead, bring us home.
Cool. So as I said, everything that I've said is fully developed. It's all ready to go. We're going to be rolling it out at the end of this month. So, but what I want to talk about now is where we are going. So what I'm showing you yet hasn't been developed yet, but it is going to be developed this summer. So everything we're building is throughout this summer. Okay. So the question is, where does it go next? All right. So again, bringing it back to that relationship between the salon and the client, we again want to go, what else can we do around this relationship? Okay. And so the first piece is, as we said, we're going to promote out to a client based on their history and allow them to replenish. We're also going to be automating this. So in Phorest, we have a feature called Reconnect. And what it does is, for people's service appointments, it predicts when somebody should come back in. So we look at the pattern, you know, they book every like 52 days. Once it passes that point, we get a message out to that client saying, hey, we haven't seen you.
Trying to book your appointment, right?
Exactly, and that works really, really well. It's been quite successful. And so our plan is to adapt that and do the exact same thing on retail.
Okay, your shampoo's running out. It's probably time. Ping them with a text message. Boom, boom, refill. Love it.
Exactly. Client gets a text saying, hey, you know, hey, Sarah, hope you're getting on okay with that product. By our calculations, it's probably running low. You want us to ship you a new one? Click here, bang, and we use the same stored card, and it's really easy. So that's the first step of what we're going to do, which we're really excited about, because you don't want to just capture those clients. You want to keep them. It's all about retention here.
Right.
So that's the first step. But then the other question is, well, where else can we help a client? In terms of what you asked earlier on, the recommendations are based on the history, but we know that probably the holy grail here is our stylists. Okay, so where we want to go next is that a stylist, through their normal workflow in Phorest, right? So that might be doing an intake consultation, which we've had clients who had a lot of success with that. It might be using Phorest Go. So we have a free mobile app that every stylist can get, and it can actually scan products using the phone's camera. You just hold it up over the barcode and go, this would be great for Sarah. That's all the stylist has to do. So the stylist can pick the products that she knows will be great for that client. And we know some go back at that final bit of actually making the sale, and they're gonna, you know, correct me if I'm wrong here, you've probably seen this yourself, but it tends to be that stylists know the products that a client should have, but sometimes they hold back actually making that sale because it's uncomfortable for them, right? Our approach and our plan here, I'm really excited about this, is that all we're going to get staff to do, the stylist, is to recommend the product. That's it. And we're going to sell it for you. So once we know the recommended, personally recommended products from a stylist, we're going to add that into that personal store for the client. And then we're going to get that out in front of the client again, using a lot of the same channels and stuff.
I can see, that's cool. I can see a stylist, you know, we using the app, look at the conclusion of the service, say, tell the client, hey, I loaded up the products I recommend for you on your personal Phorest or your personal file. You know, you'll feel free to pick them up today if you'd like, or we'll follow up with you. And then you boom, boom, boom. And it's a nice way to soft close either in the salon, but also now you have the data to market after the fact. That's
exactly.
cool.
And, you know, I mean, the best practice is always going to be staff selling it then and there, right? You know, we know that. We know that works. But this is about the real reality is that often doesn't happen.
Yeah,
right?
8 out of 10 people walk out with nothing in their hands. So right.
Exactly. So we know we got to solve that. So what happens here, I'll walk you through like a sample scenarios. In Phorest, we have a consultation form product, which allows you to create a consultation, like a retail consultation if you want to. You can choose the questions you want. And we've had, very famously, we had a salon in Australia who has a 40% retail sales performance because of this. Because she asks very specific questions, like up front, she asks, hey, would you like us to tell you about products you can use at home? And when clients say yes, they almost always buy. It's a very simple thing. It's an easy question. Like, do you want to hear about a product? Like, if you don't, that's okay. But if you do, we can sell it to you. And like, you know, I mean, to have 40% in retail sales is insane, given the margin of retail, right? So you can imagine then that in this case, a client will walk in, maybe you do a consultation. And when you do the consultation, you can add which products you think would be perfect for that client based on that consultation. So basically you can do it maybe at the end of the service or just before the service, you can add it in. Or if you don't want to do a consultation, maybe you're in the chair, maybe you're talking to a client, you can just scan the product and go, this would be great for you. I've loaded that up. You can pick it up on your way out, or we can get it to you later on. Okay. So really easy, built into what a stylist does anyway. I don't want to make this a whole lot of extra work. We already know the products. We know the barcodes. All you have to do is scan, done. We know the product, the stylist, or the client that you're with. So we immediately know who you're recommending that product for. Okay. And then what you have is when you're checking out, again, we'll pop it up on Phorest to let you know at the front desk, hey, here's the products that would be perfect for her, just in case you're a bigger salon and maybe the stylist isn't checking you out, maybe someone at the front desk is, and they can see the recommendations, so they can try and do the sale. And then the real magic here, though, is, again, when that doesn't happen, what we will do is either that evening or the next day, we'll send you out a personal automated email or SMS, which will say to the clients, Jane, listen, Sarah has a great personal recommendation for you. Here's the 3 products you think will be perfect for you. Click here if you want us to ship them to you. All right. And then that takes that broaching of the subject.
Yep.
Away from the stylist. Okay.
It's amazing. Well, I even love the idea that just the in-salon experience part, where if at the station, if a stylist just finishes the style, the station, those products are on the station. They don't even have to go to the retail area. They can say, hey, these are the products I use in you. I'm scanning them into your file, so you have them there. Those go to the front desk now, right? As you said, so the front desk sees what was just loaded. So the front desk person can say, hey, I see Josh used these products on you today. Would you like taking them home? They say no. They say, okay, great, no worries. But we'll be following up with a message to remind you of what products are great for your hair, and boom. So it's like
exactly.
It's physical and it's virtual. I love it.
Exactly, and it's like a follow up for that, right? And so the big thing then, the final piece. Can you hear me okay? Sorry, I thought it broke up. You can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then the last piece that I'll leave you with is, once you try to offer that product, this is like a second touch point. Okay. And often clients need to hear about a thing a few times before they actually buy it. Okay. And this is something you'll see brands do every day. You ever visited a website and all of a sudden you notice that it's in your Instagram?
Yeah, you get retargeted, right?
Yep. Exactly. Like this is just what people do all day, but we don't tend to do that very well in our industry. And so what we're also working on at the moment, alongside our e-commerce platform, is a new Instagram advertising targeting engine. Okay, so to allow a salon to target Instagram ads really easily using the same filters you saw above, and to really easily target a client. And what that will allow us to do towards the end of the summer is, if Jane here doesn't buy this product, we now know for a given product which clients a stylist said were perfect for this product. So we literally know the absolute best audience for that product. And what we can do through Phorest is we put the image for that product from your e-commerce store. We will generate an ad for you. We will create what's called a custom audience in Instagram. And so what we can do automatically is we can send retargeting advertisements directly to only the clients who were recommended personally for this product. If those clients weren't online that day, you won't spend a cent on your ad. If they were, only the perfect clients click through, they're the only people that you spend on that ad. So Phorest can do that because of the data. We can tell Instagram, we don't want to target everybody with this. We just want to target these people because our stylist said that they should have this product.
So just for example, and I'm having a quiver because I see a L'Oreal product on there. I'm going to work on this slide deck. But so if I can say, hey, every single person in my client base that was recommended, Euphoria beautifying elixir, I can just pick that product. It'll identify all the people that have been recommended that product, and then I can pay to do a campaign on Instagram just for those people. And when that pops up, if they click it, it goes right to my Phorest e-commerce store.
Exactly. And it all flows through. It's just more ways of getting eyeballs on this.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's exactly it.
And so just to be clear, that's down the road. That's not until the end of the summer, but
exactly. So jumping back up here, what we have is, in the first instance, what I said is the e-commerce store where you can target people based on what they bought before with the personal store. All of that is coming out in the next couple of weeks. All of that is built. Then this recommendation piece, the follow-up email, SMS, and the Instagram piece are all going to be following this summer. Every couple of weeks, we'll be updating more onto it. So that's where we see this going. In terms of things like Instagram targeting and stuff like that, this has never been actually done in this industry before. It's never been possible to do this in this industry before, because what you need to have to know whether this works, you need to have the data to figure out who to target. You need to have the ability to send an Instagram ad automatically. You need to have an e-commerce store to actually take the purchase. And then what's really interesting here is, because we own all of those pieces and we can stitch them all together, we can actually tell you exactly which clients clicked on that ad, which clients purchased, and exactly how much money you made. So often when we hear from a salon, they'll say, I don't run ads because I'm never sure whether it works and I don't know if I'm going to spend any money. We can actually tell you name by name which person bought which product, just like that.
That's really cool. Well, Patty, I try to be very prompt on our Zooms, on our Facebook Live, so we're up against it, right? Is there any other parting thoughts? We don't have any other open-ended questions. I'm really excited what you guys have in store.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really, you know, anything we can do to really help salons compete online is obviously amazing for them. I think it's good for us too. It's good for the industry. So you guys are out there really fighting for these small businesses, and I appreciate that. And I know they will. And I think it just adds to what you guys are doing in general for your software. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, generally, honestly, like my personal mission is to be able to give tools like this to an independent salon that normally wouldn't have access to tools like this. That's literally what drives me. That's what we want to do. That's why we call ourselves a champion of the independent salon. And so, yeah, I mean, the only thing let's say then is, again, if you're a Phorest client, your Grow representative is going to reach out. If you're not a Phorest client, email artofbusiness@phorest.com, and we'll reach out and do something special for you as part of this wonderful partnership we have with Art of Business. We'll happy to look after you there. Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, it's almost Guinness time for you. I think it's almost 5 o'clock in Ireland. So it was good chatting with you. And you were supposed to be on our stage in April for our show. We missed you. So we're looking forward to having you back sometime. So
exactly. I can't wait to come. We'll show you all the Instagram and the e-commerce and everything we've built by then. It'll be amazing. So I'll be really excited to come show you.
All right, cool. All right, just looking at Barry says hi on the chat here, and a lot of hearts and a lot of thumbs up. So cool. All right.
Great.
Cheers, Patty.
Perfect. Thank you very much, guys. See you later. Bye.